Hello, this is Isaac from Turnsounds.
And Ben from Turnsounds.
And Andrew from Turnsounds.
Hip,
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 huzzah!
This is where the fun begins.
Ready.
Hello there. No droid.
That R2 unit is in prime condition.
I'm with the droid on this one.
Wow, real astro droid.
Congratulations.
Enough of that. Hello there, and welcome to Astromech, episode 100, or as the Romans might call it, C.
Nice.
Look how simple things get.
Nice.
Look how simple things get when you get hit
It
episode
is
100.
much more satisfying.
C. It's like we're Italian.
Although I don't think that works for a podcast. You can't really see a podcast.
Well, we're on YouTube now for all of those lovely people who decided to look us up.
Nice segue.
So
I like
if
it.
you can't see us, but you're saying,
I would certainly like to.
Oh.
Hey,
you go
I
to
like that.
YouTube.
Yeah.
That was very rough.
Yeah, that is
segue.
good.
For everyone else who
That was
says,
great.
"Ah,
Oh,
ah."
I have a bad feeling about this.
I forgot to plug the thing to the thing.
Oh no.
I'm gonna work that out and then I'm gonna continue. But in the meantime, I'm your host Isaac Mark Anthony, delightfully joining you for episode 100. You know me as Isaac the Hutt, pure and simple.
Yeah.
oh.
Just say it. Just say it. Go for it.
Isaac the butt.
Hope you're pleased with yourself.
Of
That's
course.
pretty
we are.
good. Yeah.
Okay. We got Andrew here.
We do. Hello, I am everybody's favorite neighborhood droid, Andrew D2, back in the house.
In
Whoa.
the palace.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Whoa,
what it's
whoa.
going. I've got a weird sort of energy going on today.
I like it. Benjamin is here.
Yeah. We could play it safe with old Ben, but let's just do as many as I can
Ben
remember.
Swallow.
Old Ben,
Old
Ben
Ben,
Lars,
Ben
Ben
Lars.
Quaternaros,
Ben
Carlo,
Swallow.
Ben
Ben
Swallow. Yeah, the list.
Babu
Oh.
Swallow. What was it?
Old
Old
Babu
Babu
Swallow.
Swallow. Yeah. Yeah.
the unholy
Yeah,
amalgamation
that's a
of all
pretty
three.
good one.
Indeed.
I like it.
Well, listeners, we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane. The last 100 episodes, it would seem. And so what you're in for today is a very delightful show full of absolutely everything that we've done ever.
So
Hey.
buckle up for the next 100 hours because you've got nothing but us.
Yes.
That's a very long laugh.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so we're going to be tackling this thing segment by segment. It's pretty much just a whole show of segments with nothing much in
We
between.
could do it 2 segments at a time, and then it'd be quicker.
It would be.
Okay, I have
Might be a
I have
bit hard to
logistical
listen
questions.
to.
Yeah, how does that work?
It'd be a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me start you off today with
Okay.
what we
All
used to call a mind exogorth.
We certainly
Yes.
did.
Gone are the days. These are now thoughts of the day, but
Huh.
bit of both.
Or exogorths of the day. I'm saying we bring it back.
Mate, okay, well look, this has come to the show sooner than I thought it would be, and I can't believe it's taken me 100 episodes to figure this out. But
Yeah.
Andrew, say something sassy.
Something sassy. That seems an effective use of a rolled up piece of cardboard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I hope
Do you
not
want-
to use it.
I am
Do you want
disappointed
to say
that it's
something
taken
else, sassy, Andrew?
something else sassy, Andrew. Oh, that's
There we
good.
go, lightsaber
Yeah, there we
sound.
go. So, for those of you listening and not in a visual medium, Isaac has used a rolled up piece of cardboard and hit me in the skull with it, which I'm kind of disappointed he hasn't thought about that ahead of time already and kind of done that in the past. So you should be
Well, look,
disappointed in yourself.
It's
really.
part of an effort to make myself feel better about running the next 100 episodes. And
Okay.
I've
All right.
lightsaber colors, email us, turnsounds@gmail.com. What would
That's a
you
good
like
idea.
to see?
Yeah. What object do you want to see me being hit with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit Andy, you know.
Bad feeling about this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But it's the loving father that disciplines his children. So
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
getting
that I'm
into
much
the role
older than you.
as the youngling of mine is being formed.
Mm-hmm.
So, thoughts of the day. I was wondering, and if you'll allow me, okay.
Okay.
All
okay.
Right. Okay.
Let's Porkins.
We've only got
Let's
so
Porkins.
much time this episode. We've got a lot to get through.
Okay. So the Sith, all right?
Yeah.
bad guys. It's not a good idea to be a Sith. There are plenty of bad things.
Yeah.
I was wondering, in the Jedi Temple, is there some kind of like curriculum that they learn regarding the Jedi? I'm going to ask you, Ben, first, but then I'll bet maybe Andy's got some kind of legends knowledge about this. But I was thinking back to the Harry Potter universe, and they have like defense against the dark arts type thing, where they learn about the bad stuff that they're not supposed to do, and for the reasons why not. Also because it's illegal, right? But I wondered, do you reckon they've got some kind of not just no, don't form attachments, don't do this or that, don't be angry because that all leads to the dark side. I wonder if they were ever told why not to be a dark side user, other than pain. What do you reckon, Ben?
Oh, gee.
Do it.
I don't know. Well, so people on the dark side, generally they're a menace to society, right?
Phantom menace.
Yeah. Like they don't benefit society and others, do they?
Well, they're selfish, aren't they?
Yeah. So I guess that's, you don't want that. So let's do the opposite.
Okay.
That's fair.
Andrew.
That's fair. Okay, so
Nicely done.
here we go. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. So
For Andy's 15-second answer.
oh yeah, no, not really. Anyway, I'm not aware of how they do their training curriculum. I think it's like a learning on the job apprenticeship style. Obviously there's Padawans, which is effectively an apprentice, and then they become a knight, which is what they normally are, and then they progress to becoming a master, where they can then they've got the experience to then train people further. So I think it's more based around that life lived sort of philosophy. Certainly in the original conception, the original starting of the Jedi.
What?
So the Jedi were
Oh,
the
okay.
predecessors of the Jedi.
I thought it was you, like you said that thing before.
No. So this wasn't me. This was me legitimately speaking speaking in a weird way.
That's how they say it in Last Jedi. The kid broom boy at the end. Jedi master.
Yeah.
Doesn't even speak English.
Yeah, Broom Boy is just like, hey, you want me to sweep? Sweet, cool. No, he doesn't say anything because he's nothing character. Like the rest of the film. No. So Tython, which we see in Mandalorian, was the original home planet of the Jedi, where they were kind of conceptualized. There was a whole bunch of things. And Tython has two moons, one called Ashlar, one called Bogan. One has a light side.
Bogan.
Like legitimately Bogan. All
We're
right?
all drinking, like putting out
This is
cigarettes
Americans. They had no idea what Bogan means.
Okay.
But I think it's pronounced maybe Bogan. Anyway, moving on. Someone will correct me. Bogan was the dark side. Ashlar was the light side. And if you were out of balance with either of those sides, you spent time on the other. So if you had too much light in you, you spent time on Bogan. If you had too much dark in you, you spent time on Ashlar to balance you out. So in the original inception of the Jedi, it was about balance. And it was about both sides working together as a holistic structure. So I don't know, to go back to your original question, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think there's a specific class where they go, and this is what a dark side person looks like.
Because you got to imagine, within every single Jedi, there's a potential Sith or a potential fallen Jedi, at least,
Yeah,
for them to fall away. Because there's clearly a very high standard of things you are not allowed to do as a Jedi. You're not even allowed to form attachments, like the very base human desire and need for attachment.
So I think that's born out of the fact that, if you form that attachment and you become overly attached to a person, say like Anakin and Padme, and you can't release that person from their, and you use the Force as a way to cope with that, that's where I think the issue lies.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's this amazing power of the Force, and if you want to be able to use that, you should be fully committed and not have other things that are going to tear you away. And then if you've got this power and you get emotionally involved in other stuff and then get carried away with that, it could be an issue. So
Yeah.
so maybe just that devotion, that if you're going to commit to this and learn these powers and all this, you need to be 100% in and not have anything else that's going to pull you in other directions.
Sensei Ben. I like it.
I like it. Good,
Yeah.
good work, Ben.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was pretty much it. Because,
Cool.
yeah.
Talking about Sensei Ben, if I might just touch on, I got a reply, I mentioned this prior to the podcast, from our Chinese constituents. Shout out to Shund and Foshan and Guangzhou and hello to everybody listening in the communist part of the world.
Wow.
Yep. I went there.
Crikey.
Well, it's true.
It is true.
I'm not brave enough for politics.
Yeah, I know, right? So I got a bit of a reply via the WhatsApp from Alex over in Shund, and he said the translation made sense last week. So
Sweet.
excellent,
Nice.
good job. I said obviously Google Translate for the win. He said, fun fact: the original trilogy wasn't officially released in China until before the 7th film. Which
just before the
I think it was
wow.
just so it wasn't released like 1977
including
and all that sort of stuff.
DVD as well. Did
Yeah,
they
I
say?
think so.
Yeah,
So
Wow.
yeah, and it tanked hard. Like it had very little pickup over in China.
Yeah. You're
and
talking episode 7.
I'm talking about Star Wars in general.
But yeah, they would have only brought out the other ones like way after they'd been released. Then, if
Yeah. Like they,
So
I think
episode 7 was the big
I didn't
new
get
movie,
time to
like.
look up the timing of the releases and all that sort of stuff. So I asked, look, is the issue with China? Because one of the things that comes up is Chinese in their culture don't like ghosts, and a ghost is a big part of their culture. Is it because Force ghosts exist? And Alex, shout out to you, mate. He said it has a little bit more to do with quotas for Western movies. Up until around the early 90s, Western movie studios would give China free copies of movies. It was part of the US government's cultural exchange program for the era. Even now, there is a quota of non-Chinese movies that are allowed to be released each year. So there's a big culture of pirating movies and TV shows, and a lot of that stemmed from people suddenly one day having to pay for movies and then just going, well, we don't want to. But a lot of it's also that cinema in China was nearly exclusively state-owned propaganda films until the late 80s and only a sprinkling of independent films.
Yeah.
So it's one of the reasons that Hong Kong music films, etc., was so popular years ago. People near the Hong Kong border would get the TV signal, record everything, and distribute.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
He said he finishes his dialogue with, but yeah, space drama isn't their thing.
Well, I'm very curious if it had come out like when the movies originally came out, if it would be more accepted. Because no matter whether it's China, any country, you'd think that it would tank hard if you just release it like all the original movies now, and the only new one is a sequel that you have to watch 6 other movies for it to make sense. Like that's understandable that it would tank, but I wonder if it would have succeeded.
I think maybe it just because it was late 70s when the original trilogy was released.
And that
I think
was
I
when
think
they
it
only had
missed its
propaganda
zeitgeist. Yeah.
All right, guys. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks Alex for hitting us up and letting us know Google Translate was
Random
not offensive.
Tidbit to add to that, if I could,
Go
real
ahead.
quick, is that
Yes, go ahead, Ben.
I was
Sorry, thank you. Mr.
reading
Host.
Peter Jackson's foreword to the making of Star Wars book, and apparently, even back then for New Zealand, they waited till the New Zealand summer to bring it out. So summer in America came, and then it was a good at least like 6 months later that they got it in New Zealand. So Peter Jackson's there reading in all the sci-fi magazines and stuff all about it, and so excited, but they had to wait ages till they actually saw it there. So quite different to these days.
Was that the same then for Australia, or is just New Zealand?
Yeah, I'd say most likely. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I thought that the Last Jedi premiere was like the world premiere. I thought that was like in Tokyo or Hong Kong or somewhere. There was like
was it?
Yeah. That's a good
Maybe.
point. I
I
don't
think
remember
so.
where.
So that I'm like, masses of
Yeah,
crowds.
that's a bit weird, hey?
Somewhere. I'll have to.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been. I'm pretty sure it would have been LA release.
No,
Or
they-
I'm happy to be
Japan? Is it
corrected,
more
though.
popular in Japan?
Well, Force Awakens was
Probably.
in Sydney, so
Yeah. Oh, well,
There you go.
again, I say none of this with confidence. It's just memory.
Feel free to hit us up on turnsounds@gmail.com and tell us if we were right or wrong, and give us some details.
Yeah, you do that. In the meantime, you remember this. You love was very tempted to play the old sound effect.
Do you still have it?
Ah.
I
you still
burnt
have
it
it?
with fire. Somehow.
Somehow it returned.
Yep.
Has it? No. Oh.
No, it's not there. Don't worry about it. This is long-time listeners. Come on, Anthony. Long-time listeners of the show will know this as Duel of the Mates, where we take trivia questions and we battle it out as friends.
Sure. Yeah.
My friend.
Oh, good work.
Very, very good. Indeed. All right.
Such a good
All right.
Yeah, it's so good.
Benjamin, why don't you hit us up first?
I would certainly like to.
Thank you.
I need to fix that sound effect. Okay, so in episode 4, R2 and 3PO, 3PO is having the oil bath. They're talking to Luke. He's learning about their involvement in the rebellion, and I think it's when he says he's the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they're talking about that. Anyway. So 3PO says our last master was someone, because he's like, R2, what are you talking about, Obi-Wan Kenobi? Because his memory's bad.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
our last master was...
Oh, boy.
Do you know? Do you know?
No.
No.
Do you
really?
know this?
I believe it might have been Captain Antilles.
Very good.
Wow.
Yeah, there we
Nicely
go.
done.
I actually got one, guys. Guys, I got one right.
Not
Yeah.
bad at all.
Well done to
I'm
you,
a
my
real
friend.
Star Wars fan.
Yeah. After all this time,
I know,
finally.
I know, right?
So is that Wedgie, or is there more than one Antilles?
No, I think we established a while ago that there's more than one Antilles in the
Okay,
galaxy, and this was a different one.
And
And I believe it's veggies, not wedgies.
it's definitely not veggies or
It's
wedgies.
veggies.
Right, my question. I'm
Go
taking
ahead.
you to Return of the Jedi, Jabba's palace.
Okay.
We're in the sad old droid torture dungeon, you know?
Yeah.
We see famously old Gonk droid who's got his feet being burnt. I want to ask you, what is the other form of torture that we see in that?
Oh, yeah, I know. Go on, Ben. You know what it is.
Come on.
No,
You know what it is.
So, nah. Are they just zapping someone?
No.
There's a reaction
There is a yeah.
with zapping, but no.
No, I don't know.
Ben, you disappoint me.
So
You disappoint me.
I believe they've got another droid on a rack and they pull him apart.
yeah, they
into
pull the
pieces.
limbs off him, and he's like, as they come off, they like zap and electric sparks.
Can a
happens.
droid feel pain though when he's?
I
being-
don't think so.
I
Wow.
don't think so.
I didn't realize we were going to have an
3PO's
existential
arm
crisis.
falls off in the first movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is true.
But then he does say this oil bath is going to feel so good.
Mm.
So
Maybe they can just be
Yeah.
selective about. But yeah,
Who
I didn't
knows?
realize we were going to have an
I
existential
remember
crisis.
asking my dad about that as a kid. Like, can those droids feel pain? And he's like, nah, it's just for our entertainment. I
If
was
you
like,
want
what?
way
They
too much
bleed for-
existential conversations on non-sentient objects feeling pain, go to Toy Story podcast.
Oh, this is
There's
true,
a
yeah.
podcast in my boot.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good conversation.
You log on to turnsounds.com, you can find there's a podcast in my boot. Thank you, Ben. What a plug. Very
Hey.
nice.
Yeah, good job.
guy.
Good job.
Andy.
Okay, so
here's one of those for you.
good job.
Hey.
That was 2 in a row, guys. I'm on fire. Let's see if I can get this third one. So I thought I'd show you guys some love. What is Anakin's? So we're in Attack of the Clones.
Skywalker.
Not quite. Good first guess. You got me. What's his last name? Anyway, we're in Attack of the Clones. We are on Padme and Anakin have just landed. Just to set the scene, what is Anakin's response to Padme trying to find a diplomatic solution on Geonosis? She says she wants to avoid war. Oh gosh, she wants to avoid war. She wants to try and find a diplomatic solution. What does Anakin say as they're walking out? And this is the scene where she puts on that giant like scarf thing going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They have a lot of conversations about politics, so it's,
Yeah.
I can remember one of them, but I don't think it's that one.
I'm pretty sure I've said this to my wife at least once.
Oh, I've been there when it's happened. I'm pretty sure he says something along the lines of like, fine, I'm giving up trying to argue with you.
Pretty close. I'll give it to you.
This is like, whatever, kid.
Whatever. No, he says, don't worry. I've given up trying to argue with you. So I'll give you that. That was close.
Thank you.
That was close. Yeah. Cool. Yo, man, that's such a bad.
I like that so much. All right. Tell you what are we moving into now? Benjamin has a corner.
Ooh.
Now, the great thing about Ben's Corner is that you never quite know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes it's other completely random stuff. Thank you. Go nuts with that. So these are two things that are following on from last week. The first is to back up my claim that one of Watto's legs is broken, which is why he's always
Interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so echoing Andy's corner almost. This is what it sounds like. I'm going to read a paragraph from Wikipedia real quick.
May I interject? Would you please let our listeners know sort of why you think Watto's leg is broken? Like, give a bit of context there. Like,
well, I'm just sure I read it somewhere at one point, but you can see he's got one of his legs sort of tucked up more. He like holds it up, and he's always hovering. He's got legs, but he never uses them.
He's flying.
Yeah.
All
right, so quick backstory on Watto. He was a Tardarian who grew up on his species' homeworld of Toydaria. While Watto was still a youth, Toydaria suffered one of its frequent famines. During the famines, certain groups of Toydarians would seize up the opportunity to strike at their neighbours and wage war. Watto joined one such group, the Ossaki Confederacy Army. Soldiers such as Watto and the Ossaki Confederacy would utilise chemical warfare to poison and render useless the food stocks of their rivals.
That's savage.
When the drought ended, the war followed suit. Watto survived, but his left tusk was broken and one of his legs was rendered lame. With nothing left to fight for, Watto mustered out and left Toydaria.
Interesting. What's the source book on that information? Did it have the source information on there? Should be, if it's on Wikipedia.
I'm sure it does if you scroll down, but I've just taken a screenshot, so I'm not sure.
Right. I'll look that up. Yeah. That sounds really.
I hope there's a Watto origin book. That would be cool.
If not, we could write it, Ben. We could write it.
There'll be a point where Disney Plus gets desperate enough to make Watto a Star Wars story.
Well, they're allegedly bringing back Star Wars Detours, which was famously cancelled, but who knows? We'll see.
We shall see.
That was really interesting. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
Good.
I didn't know that.
Poison.
Yeah. The other one, which is much shorter, is you wanted to know George Lucas's middle name. Do you want to have a guess?
George Michael Lucas.
Going with Frederick.
Oh, I like that.
You've kind of got the vibe, but none of them were close. George Walton Lucas Jr.
Sorry, Walter?
Walton.
George Walton Lucas Jr.
I would never have known that.
A junior. So someone was named that twice.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
George Lucas. This is a good name.
Do you reckon his dad called him Junior? Hey, Junior.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
That was my defense from a very young age when people would say, "Oh, Isaac Anthony, you got two first names." I was like, "So does George Lucas."
Yeah.
Not
He's
bad.
also a serial killer.
Is he?
I don't know. Probably. Serial killers have like 3 names. You've got 3 names. Oh, hello.
Okay.
I like how you didn't defend yourself. You were just shocked that George Lucas was a serial killer.
It could happen to any of us.
Yeah.
All right.
Desperate times.
Well, thank you for your corner, Ben.
Hey, all good.
Yeah, cool.
Nice. I'm a fan of that one. Well, with that, actually, we're going to be moving into something I like to call jobs in Star Wars.
We've reached the part in the program where we discuss possible jobs in Star Wars.
You're going to push a button? What are you going to do?
I'll go back to the Toy Story one.
Oh, man.
Oh, shut up.
I've got a lot of different keyboards here, guys.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of jobs in Star Wars. There are a lot of things to be done, people to be paid, occupations to be had.
Yeah.
And I want to say, all the crime bosses in the world, we were talking about Jabba last week.
Yeah.
What do they all have? What's something which really elevates their status and says, I'm a boss because of this? It's their pet, right? You know,
Is this?
absolutely it
Is
is.
Money, power, influence. Oh yeah.
Wait,
but
what?
but
You-
they have a pet.
You
No,
gotta
they
call
have
yourself a crime boss, but you don't have a monster in the basement? Like, pfft,
a pet. Yeah, true.
all the James Bond guys have like shark tanks and stuff. You know,
That's
Jabba's got his
true.
Rancor.
Good point.
You
Good
know, in
point.
some of the video games they do the same. But I want to say, exotic creature wrangler. You know,
Ah.
goes along the galaxy, capturing all these, you know, the Wampas and the Rathtars and the Rancors of the world, much like Han was doing at one point,
Yeah.
and
He
like
lost
you know,
half his crew for that, didn't he?
sells them off. And you know, maybe it's not even you're a crime boss. Maybe you just want a pet. And you want a little salacious crumb. Where are you gonna get one?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to this guy.
You know what I reckon? I'm gonna say they make like a show out of it, like a circus or something. So
Ah.
the guy who cries when the Rancor dies, he's obviously been close with
Malakili,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say he captured and wrangled the Rancor, and he gets him to do tricks at like this underground circus that all the mobsters attend, and the Rancor did like a backflip or something, and Jabba goes, oh, I want that one, and then they buy him and the trainer, and you.
Away
Because
you
they've
go.
got endless money, so they just buy something that when they see it and they like it.
Side hustle though, you could also, you know, as part of that, you could have a Steve Irwin-esque type character of the
Okay.
Wrangler. So they're wrangling the creatures,
They're doing it barehanded.
but they're doing it, you know, they're like, oh, look at this little guy, look at this tentacle. You don't want to get involved with this one.
Yeah.
But they're actually, you know, obviously their side business is then selling on whatever animal they've wrangled in their.
So
tacky.
they kind of got two income sources, two jobs in one.
Yeah.
You wrangle it for entertainment,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
sell it.
And then yeah, that's right. And yeah. I mean, Steve Irwin was more about conservation.
Yeah,
of the
we're not
planet.
implying anything.
This
Okay,
is less
well,
about that.
well, two things. First of all, great Steve Irwin impression, Andy, as always.
Oh, thank you. Some of my best work.
And to cap this off, I'm saying this is something that we don't usually do, but I want to say you gotta come up with a name for your business as well. You know, advertise in your local space pages. I'm gonna say, and this one I've come up with. I've only just thought of this, but I'm thinking like Zeb's Emporium of Mystical Creatures. There you go.
Interesting. I like the Emporium
Yeah.
angle. That's yeah. What about like Rancors Are Us?
Okay.
You know, as
Yeah.
yeah.
Or Monsters Inc.
Yeah, no, that takes it. That's good. Yeah, I like that.
I'm so upset with myself.
That's a great one.
Oh man. All right.
That's perfect.
With that, we're going to move into Andy's corner. And I said, you know what?
Hey.
We're not supposed to use this, but I've sent an email off. You get your epic corner for one last time.
Yes.
You've taken your first step into a larger work.
The sacred Jedi texts. Thought it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Crazy thing is, it's true. It's true. All of it. All of it. It's all true. It's all true. Much to learn. You still have.
So close your eyes and open your hearts as we jump into
I would certainly like to.
Andy's
You're wrong. How could you even say that?
corner.
This is where the fun begins.
Good job.
There we go, my friend. I hope you really took that in
I
as the
did.
very
I
last
did.
time.
Oh, the very last. Is it? Oh,
We
gosh.
have to put it to bed. We're not supposed to, so
No.
can't claim negligence anymore, can I?
Yeah, fair enough. So I just wanted to kind of touch base in. I was thinking about The Mandalorian again recently because that is a really good show, and I do enjoy the episode.
The Mandalorian. I'm sorry, but it's part of the tradition.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, is it? When the word Mandalorian is said, you got to play the whole song.
Well, look, we're including everything in today's show. So,
Good.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's
fair
fine.
point.
That's
If
fine.
if at some point you guys could get something wrong, so we can play the "You're Wrong" track,
Yeah,
I
okay.
might get something wrong, but we'll see.
We'll see how we
We
go.
gotta keep the eye on it. Yeah.
So anyway, to get back on target.
I'm sorry, Andy.
That's perfectly fine. Mandalorian, if you haven't watched it, what are you doing with your life? Go and rethink it. But particularly the Ahsoka Tano episode is magical. It's got that whole samurai Western influence thing going on.
The Jedi, is it called?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah. So, but in that, you see Ahsoka Tano's bird, which is something that turns up quite a bit in the extra content.
She flips the bird, does she? Or-
No. So you did you not see the owl on the tree? Do you not remember that? Okay, so do you remember in the Clone Wars? No, in the Rebels cartoon series, there was a bird that used to fly over the top of the base that had the Krykna on it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yep.
And then shortly afterwards, we met Ahsoka Tano.
Yep.
In the Clone Wars, that bird turns up. She gets gifted that. So that bird has a name. That bird is Morai. It's a female convor, which is tied in with the daughter. When the daughter is part of the triumvirate of the Force, father, son, daughter. It's part of the whole Mortis arc of the Clone Wars.
Yes,
if you remember. Anakin was an embodiment of the son, I believe. I forget who was the embodiment of the father. But Ahsoka Tano was the embodiment or connected with the daughter in that scenario. They were kind of, I suppose, symbols of the Force and sides of the Force. But the bird that I'm talking about, the convor, was a servant of the daughter or a manifestation of the daughter. And we see that bird, Morai, become friends with Ahsoka. And then she accompanies Ahsoka throughout all of her travels. So we see her turn up when Darth Vader visits the crash site at the end of season 7 of the Clone Wars, and he picks up the lightsabers, and he sees all the clones. Above him circles Morai the bird.
Okay.
In that scene. Turns up again, or turns up in the establishment Chopper base on Adelon. When we see the ghost and those spider things, the Krykna.
Does it at all say why this bird is associated with Ahsoka?
So because Ahsoka was connected to the daughter, and this bird is an embodiment of or a manifestation of a part of the daughter. So that's where their connection lies, because the daughter transferred life essence into Ahsoka prior to the daughter disappearing. And then we see
crazy stuff in this Clone Wars,
man. It's weird. In the Rebels cartoon series, Ezra Bridger entered the world between worlds, and Morai was present during that and encouraged him to save Tano by pulling it through the portals and all of that sort of business. And as I mentioned at the start, one of the last in-canon times that we see Morai is sitting in a tree just before Din Djarin confronts the Jedi Ahsoka Tano with Grogu in the forest on whatever planet that was.
There you go.
Yeah, so really cool little kind of tie-in across not just true canon, but also all the other kind of pieces of media. It's been kind of little, so whenever you see a bird flying in the sky, and Ahsoka Tano turns up, that's who it is. It's Morai.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Cool little tie into the Legends lore world.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's technically canon, but I thought it was a really cool little tidbit that it could be classed as an Easter egg.
It could well be. But
Good job.
That'll be later. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Andy.
Nice. Oh, we're back. Lovely.
Whoa.
Indeed.
I just had the craziest dream.
Yeah, it was magical, wasn't it? Indeed. Well, I tell you what, Benjamin, good friend, has a little something for our What Do You Do segment. Perhaps you would like to bring that to our attention.
It's your moment, all up to you. You're in charge now, what do you do?
Quiet, 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 quiet.
All right. So, at the end of Phantom Menace, right? Or towards the end, Naboo is in a lot of peril. The Jedi and the Naboo fighters on their own aren't enough to overcome the Trade Federation, so they go to the Gungans for help. and it's a long shot, but King Busa, what's his name?
Busa Musa.
Yeah, like Boss Nass.
Boss,
yeah.
I was like, how have you made me forget this?
Yeah.
Oh.
He goes, and then he agrees to help out for some reason.
Yeah.
What if he said, Misa no help you or whatever, and he didn't want to help out?
How do we convince him?
So,
how do we convince him?
So
How do we...
there's one. Or if you don't have the Gungans, who else do you get help from, or what do you do? Do you evacuate Naboo? Do you just give up? Do you call on the Jedi to come? Or what else would you do?
If you pose giving up as an option, I know what Andy's
going to do. Okay.
Otherwise, well, that's a very broad what do you do?
It is quite so. All right, so I actually prefer your strain of it. Let's go. How else do you convince Boss Nass to give you a hand?
Does he have any family that we can leverage?
Oh,
gee.
I mean, it's already taken a dark turn, but let's be honest. If he's not going to help us,
well, he
we're
was
going to make him help us.
He was mind tricked in the first place, so it's not like he willingly helped out. Yeah, big time. He had the hand waves going on and everything.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah. Sorry, I blanked most of that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So bribes are the obvious one. I don't know.
What do you bribe him with?
Fish, food.
Really big fish.
Yeah. We'll capture. Okay.
Yeah, wrangle the big monster fish.
Wrangle the big fish.
I wonder who could do that.
Terrorizing your waters for years.
Yeah.
It'll be Steve Irwin. Oh, look at this little guy.
Because he says, all right, go down the planet core. It's the fastest way to Theed, right?
Yeah.
But they know full well that there are bad monsters. So we'll clear the way for you.
There's a bit of a delay there. Oof. That was a bit loud.
Thank you. We'll clear the way for you. Why not? In exchange for a free passage. I don't know how they'd do it, but that's just something we could say to convince him. We don't have to follow through with anything.
Why do they go through the planet core, though? Like, that seems like a bad idea, particularly if they're swimming.
They don't know the planet. They got a transport as well.
Well, and they had to be subtle, didn't they? Because if they couldn't be spotted by the
No, but I was more just thinking of logistics of driving through the molten core of a planet. I can't imagine that.
Go watch Godzilla vs. Kong, and then you can transfer that energy to that one.
I haven't, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, what about this? Same sort of tactic that we see in Return of the Jedi with floating 3PO. What if, Qui-Gon says, I wouldn't make me mad if I was you, and then he just goes, and so he just starts to lift up all the Gungans in the room except for Boss Nass, and it's all very scary, all very unfamiliar.
You could do that.
Agree to any demands we made. Because we're just after a ship, really.
Yeah, you play on some sort of ancient Gungan superstition or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you do that, but the only way to survive it is to sacrifice Jar Jar Binks.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I like it.
That solves a lot of problems.
Well, they were going to punish him anyway, so.
Perfect.
Oh,
They could do it as would you like me to ritualistically punish this Gungan for being clumsy? Was that his punishment?
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right. No, but they need a navigator to that's why they take Jar Jar, because they need a navigator.
Right.
You need to watch that movie, man.
Man, I'm not going to.
We did watch it together a while ago.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time either of us watched it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think you guys have kind of nailed the process. I don't know if there's much. I mean, other than stealing his family and like holding them as hostage pieces in an elaborate game of cat and mouse.
Maybe, okay, so there is one other option.
Yeah.
So Ben said something about, superstition and stuff like that. I'll bet you he can be very easily impressed. Something tells me that you just, you've got Jedi backflips to show off, and
Yeah, true.
They used Force speed in this movie at the start, so like, you got to imagine, hey, watch this for a bit.
They could run around the pods really, really quickly and make it spin like a top. Is that how that works?
I think so.
I'm going to say that's how it works. And they just spin, and using centrifugal force, they just kind of spin it up into the sky like a giant mushroom.
There's something, I feel like it's a trope, but I can only think of one movie where it's happened, where you're trying to impress him and convince him with one thing, but then there's something else completely unrelated that he spots and he wants. And so in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the Nazis are trying to get this king's help or whatever, and they're like showing him all these army vehicles and stuff. We're like, we'll give you all this amazing stuff. And then he just like sees the Rolls Royce. He's like, oh, this is what I want. And then he just takes the Rolls Royce and helps them out, gives them everything they want. So
okay, well, similar to
idea.
like the
That's a good idea.
Bausch approach, where she's negotiating with Jabba, and what it takes is an actual threat with a thermal detonator for him to be like, oh, okay, right, fine, and he plays along. So maybe, the Gungans are supposed to be some form of warriors, right?
I've rigged up Gungan City to float sky high.
That's a good idea too. Yeah.
Bring 3P along. Why should he listen to us? Because he's holding a thermal
No
detonator. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Done.
Yeah.
I was going to say something along like, I will kill myself to prove to you what or like, watch me
Does
take a
that
lightsaber to the gut or something. And then he goes, what a warrior. Yes, this way.
Yeah, or like challenges Gunga's greatest warrior.
Yeah, there you go. Done in
beats him in a battle and then wins their allegiance.
Perfect.
Look, this stupid gun comes with like a shock prod and then against a lightsaber. So,
I could actually see a serious version of that working. Like Qui-Gon has to face off against Gungan's greatest warrior, and like it could be a proper battle. He's throwing electric spears at him.
Would you see it being anticlimactic, like Indiana Jones? The Gungan does this massive thing, and then just force whacks him into the ground.
Maybe, but I think to actually work in the movie, they would go all out and do a proper battle, and then Qui-Gon would win and still spare his life.
What if the greatest warrior was actually force sensitive though, and was able to resist the force powers?
Ryan Johnson over here.
Twist.
Ooh. Yeah.
Look at those expectations.
Nice.
Anyway, I think we've kind of exhausted all aspects of this.
Or they could throw a chance cube and Qui-Gon could just force it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Done. Nicely done,
Cool.
Ben. That was a good one. Usually when we bring these things, we talk to each other about it. So we've got about like a week to have a think over.
We had zero time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, occasionally. We
All
didn't
right.
this time.
I believe, and this happens every once in a while,
Wow.
I have a corner, it would
Hey.
seem. For you, lovely.
I thought you were going to start talking about Ben's love life again.
No, that all things in good time.
Sure.
We're being patiently waiting. I bring you some music every once in a while for my corner, and today I want to highlight something that I found on YouTube. And this is by a YouTuber by the name of Royish Good Looks. Exactly how it's
Weird name.
Yeah, all one word, but there you go.
I have a feeling that's a pseudonym. I don't think.
Do you reckon that's his actual name on his birth certificate?
Man, that's not for me to. What's Obama's last name? Who knows?
Nice.
Right?
Yeah,
It's-
that's true.
All right, so this comes from that creator.
What?
It's a meme, man. And he's created, much to the joy of thousands, the very first Jar Jar anthem. Very topical. So here we go.
Boy. What the heck?
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
Mom, Mrs. Stay.
Musical Jar Jar Beats. Jar Jar Beats. Missing your humble servant. Jar Jar Beats. Jar Jar Beats. Oh, muy, I love you. Jar Jar Beats. Musical Jar Jar Beats.
There you go.
Oh, that's not exactly what I meant.
I could honestly see that happening. Maybe being developed for Disney Plus, and then they're like, Nah, Star Wars Kids YouTube channel. This will do. And then it ends up on.
You just know that that's being played in some nightclub in Asia somewhere, you know?
I was in so much pain listening
I would
to
go
that.
to that nightclub.
Absolutely.
Oh, what?
I don't go night clubbing, but I would go night clubbing for that.
Hit me up. We'll go. We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. What do you guys want to listen
like-
to? Oh, Jar Jar Anthem.
Become a
And-
DJ just so you can play that once and then like hand in your resignation the next day.
Absolutely. Look, you may not like the content, but the way it was put together was very, very creative.
Yeah.
Very well done.
It certainly was creative, and kudos to the creator. It's just a shame they chose such a poor subject matter.
I disagree.
For
I say
Waddayaknow.
you're a champion and continue your work. And once more, people can go look at Royish Good Looks on YouTube to discover. He's done a whole lot of other remixes and stuff.
Is
so-
there a video, like a supercut video? That goes
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow, okay.
You best believe there is. But that's it for
Does
my
it have
corner.
to jump into the lake?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, what have we got now? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like you're opening up a box and going, "Ooh, I haven't seen this in a while."
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new emailer, somebody who's picked up our show and said, "What the heck is this?" Sorry to say heck.
Oh.
And they have sent us an email, so we're going to pick that apart. Benjamin, would you go and power up R4D5 for us, our email droid?
Yeah,
Kick
sure.
it. Kick it.
Beep, 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 beep. Kick. Well, that's. I can't actually kick Isaac's computer for the sound effect.
Spies.
Just 5 minutes of your time, little email.
This is where we look at emails, funny enough, as the title may suggest. R4D5, good morning.
Good morning.
You know, my sound effect keyboard used to be over that way, but now it's over this way. So, yeah.
You have no emails today.
I think you're wrong because I'm looking at an email right here. So here we go.
Droid is so terrible.
This comes from an Alexandria Skywalker.
Wow. Do you think that's their actual name?
You got to stop asking me this, Ben. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. She says, I'm going to say, they say, "Hey guys, just wanted to send an email saying..."
You've already spoiled
that
it.
Look, I don't know. Can't do this the right way. I don't know. All right. Just wanted to send an email saying that I love your show. I listen to it at work, and there are moments where I have to stop and laugh at some of the things said.
You're welcome.
Please
I'll
provide
take credit.
example. Are you laughing because of how ridiculous they are, or that they're...
Yeah.
Okay. I've been a Star Wars fan since my uncle introduced me to it when I was young. Youngling, yeah. I discovered the show through Spotify. I want to know what your thoughts are on Season 7 of The Clone Wars and how it correlated with Anakin's fall to the dark side, especially when he kills Admiral Trench. Also, fun little Easter egg in that scene is as Anakin is running away, you can see him quickly give Trench the finger.
Really? I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
You know what he did immediately after that?
What? Nice.
Good side.
She said, "Damn it! I enjoy your show deeply and all too easy."
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I keep saying Alexandria feels like a lady's name to me, but I don't know. I can't. That's not something for me to decide, apparently.
She could be, or he could be, they could be an alien.
Yeah, I met a guy called Monique, so there you go.
There you go.
That just
All
ended
right.
everything. And I actually
I'm not
emailed
brave
back
enough
and I
for
said,
politics.
please tell me you haven't started from our first episode.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
And apparently they did.
Really?
So-
Wow. That first episode was quality. To a T.
We need someone to dig deep into those archives
Yeah.
and delete them.
So, episode 7, series 7, season 7. What am I saying? I'm saying something about Clone
That
Wars.
finale was great, wasn't it?
Did you watch it, Ben?
He did not.
Yeah. The things, there was the snow at the end and the helmet in the snow.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're right about that, but also I'm
You
really
disappoint me.
Yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great season 7. I thought it had some really great qualities to it. I particularly liked. I mean, I thought the middle arc with Ahsoka on Coruscant with the whole pirate thing was a bit meh. But Yep.
Pirate.
True, yeah. So
Thanks, Ben.
So you explain the joke, you know?
everything
Really
barring the spice run or the Martinez arc thing. I don't know why that was in there, what Filoni was punishing us for. But
I mean, I think if it wasn't included in season 7 and maybe had its own arc, I think it was maybe just kind of highlighting what Ahsoka did after leaving the temple. But
I'm not by any stretch, and this is the one thing that I will dig my heels in on. I will die on this hill. I'm not a good writer by any stretch, but I could have written better than that. There are 100 different things that she could have done during the Order 66 thing to get her back to where she was.
What do you reckon? Well, let's go.
There was
Knitting? She could have knitted?
yes, she could have done knitting, and it would have been better.
What?
That is
What are
all.
you talking about?
Thanks, Ben.
Okay, swap the Martinez sisters for some kind of other, shop owner who's being harassed by some kind of cult
Dexter.
syndicate. Yeah, okay, Dexter,
Dexter.
fine. She makes her way down into the trenches of Coruscant still. I don't have a problem with that. And she spends her time helping to find us who she is not as a Jedi, helping out some citizen because it's the right thing to do. Without the Martinez sisters arc.
Is it just that you don't like the Martinez sisters themselves?
It was a pointless arc. And we're talking about the precious last season of
I'd argue that regardless of whatever happened, it probably would have been kind of pointless anyway. I don't really remember the trench bit though with
so the
Anakin.
spider guy.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I mean, he was a cool bad guy.
So,
but I don't really remember his demise.
Okay,
Do you remember his demise, Ben? Ben?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think he became a superhero, and eventually they called him Spider-Man instead of Spider-Guy.
That stinks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ben, I'm so disappointed.
I'm very disappointed. Pretty much Anakin captures him, and he's like, you're going nowhere. And then Trench, the bad guy's like, what are you going to do? You can't kill me. That's not the Jedi way. And he goes to, shoot him, but Anakin shivs him right through the middle and kills him. So...
But couldn't you argue that that's as a reaction as self-defense? He was provoked.
Because he'd already cut the mechanical arms off this guy.
Okay,
So he definitely didn't need to do that.
I shouldn't have done that. It's not the Jedi way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because his line in response to that, because the guy says that's not the Jedi way, and he says, I don't have such weaknesses or something like that.
Ooh,
with a very angry look in his eye.
Interesting. And he gives him the finger in that point.
Apparently, as he's running away.
Alex Skywalker, I am interested in what you have to say. Tell me more.
Yeah. Please continue listening to our show. Thank you so much for
If
discovering
you
us.
notice, if Alex notices anything else, Easter eggs, they could.
Or anyone else pulling the finger in Star Wars.
How many people? Yeah, Alexandra, this is your mission. You need to find how many fingers are in Star Wars.
You could argue that BB-8 is pulling the finger at Finn when he does the flame thing.
Oh, that puts a whole different spin on that entire scene.
All right.
That's really good.
With that, we need to move right out of this because I've realized we got so many more segments to do and very little time to do so. So with that, thank you so much for what you're doing, listening to our show. Spread the word, let people know.
I'm excited that they found it via Spotify.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Always.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. Yeah. Turnsounds@gmail.com. You're doing the right thing. Congratulations to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to now move into something called a certain point of view, I believe.
From a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Andy, what are we arguing today in our debate topic?
Okay, so we have not so much a yes, no.
Come on.
Light. You can roll it, Isaac. You never get to roll it. You get. Okay, just roll it, and the question.
We don't even know what we're
it's a choice between Hux or Kylo. Who's the better leader?
Alrighty.
So blue will be Hux, red will be Kylo.
And this is for Isaac to argue.
So this is for Isaac. So whatever he rolls, that's the character he argues is the better of the leaders.
Am I allowed force tricks?
Sure, go ahead, do what you can.
It landed on white. What is that?
I think that's blue.
Okay. Dang it.
Yeah. So you now have to
to learn.
argue.
Hux, eh?
You now have to argue Hux is the better leader
Okay.
out of
1 minute.
him and Kylo. Yes, let me just get up the timer. I got a timer.
Fresh.
All right, you ready? Ready, set, go.
Okay, so you're the First Order. Who do you want to lead you? Some whiny adolescent teenager who's just left his family. He's clearly very emotional. He's destroying staff property with his lightsaber, threatening co-workers, choking people. Kylo is not the guy you want, you know, in the "we want you to join the First Order" posters, you know? You want somebody with a stern, strong jaw, somebody who clearly has the experience, can give a good address in front of thousands of stormtroopers, inspiring them to commit genocide. I say Hux is your man. Put Hux in charge. Vote Hux today. He's gonna clean up the streets, and he's gonna do it angrily, yet be composed. He's gonna be professional, yet I've frozen. Yet have a solid resolve, just like Kylo freezing people. See how annoying that is. Imagine having that all the time. I can't see. And that has been my argument. Vote Hux.
All right, Ben, it is your opportunity for rebuttal. You are arguing that Kylo is a better leader than Hux. Your time starts now.
All right, so you want a strong leader, right? Who's gonna stand up for the decisions they make. They're gonna lead with passion and strength. So let's say Snoke says, "I want everyone to work overtime." If Hux is in charge, I don't know how Snoke said. If Hux is in charge, would go, "Yes, master," and then it would be like slammed on the floor and break his nose or something, you know. Hux will go, Carlo will go, "No, my employees deserve more respect. They need a weekend off." And then he'll stand up to the boss man. Carlo's he's gonna, you know, look out for everyone because he's got strong convictions. He stands by what he does. He's passionate, as shown by his fits of rage when things don't work out, but it shows that he cares and that he's gonna lead with resolve. And
that's what I tried to say.
He's got the Force as well, so that's always a plus. And I've run out of time.
And you're out.
And he's one cool dude.
And
he's
one cool dude.
There you go.
Well argued, gentlemen. I think they're
Nicely
both
done.
Yeah, I think they're both a couple of my favorite characters out of the sequel trilogy for different reasons. So good job.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Very nicely done. Thank you for
Good
that
job.
topic, Andy. Yeah.
no,
turnsounds@gmail.com. Why don't you let us know how we did and what do you think of those arguments? Do you think that Hux was a cool character? I remember you, Ben, saying that you didn't feel like maybe Domhnall Gleeson was potentially the right guy for that role once upon a time.
Yeah, well, I love the actor.
Yeah, me
and
too.
but I just wish they did more with him, I suppose.
Yeah.
I do stand by that. Like for the role that Hux ended up being, it was just kind of like, why'd you get him to do it? So yeah.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Alrighty. We're now moving into something that where are we? That's right. We're on the Sacred Jedi Texts, and you gentlemen should have something to pull up in front of you.
The Sacred Jedi Texts! My programming forbids me from translating it.
So we're going to do our very own script read here.
This is going to go so well.
This is going to be an absolute doozy, and I'm looking forward to it. So we find ourselves here, Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and this is Underneath the Waters. Again, very topical. We're very Gungan focused today. This is the Gungan Council. And we have characters Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jar Jar Binks, Boss Nass, and that's about it. And we have a couple of murmurs from council members, so we'll all chime in for that one.
You're going to say a couple mermaids
I'm having
swimming
some
by outside the
Mermaids.
window.
Oh, right. Okay. Andy?
I'm having some issues bringing up the script.
Technical difficulties.
Time to abandon ship.
How about I pull it up on the computer for you? So
Very nice.
Nah.
Andrew, you're going to be doing the voice
Yes.
of Boss Nass. Get your very best on the way.
You know I'm up for it.
Excellent. Benjamin, you're going to be Obi-Wan.
Okay.
This is
You do do a
episode
good
1
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, remember? So it's
Yeah.
not quite as sophisticated. You're very good at episode 3, Obi-Wan, but I
Your
want...
clones are very impressive.
Yeah, you need number 1.
Okay, number 1.
You can also be Jar Jar. Why not?
Oh.
Yeah. Here we go.
boy.
I'll
Yeah,
take
perfect.
Qui-Gon and I'll be narrating.
Okay.
So we got this up here. Ready?
Yes.
Yep, we're good to go now.
All right,
We're
here
good
we
to
go. So this is interior Otto Gunga High Tower boardroom. The boss's boardroom has bubbled walls and a small lighted fish swimming around outside like moving stars. A long circular judge bench filled with Gungan officials dominates the room. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon stand facing Boss Nass, who sits on a bench higher than the others.
You, sir, cannot be here. This army of mechanics up there, 'tis no we song.
It does say hair in the script.
It does say, and
Cannot
bees.
bees hair.
You have found your calling, my friend.
Yeah, I love Boss
You are
Nass.
absolutely
very
Boss
good.
Nass from
Yeah,
now
okay.
on.
All right.
Worth noting as well, sorry, this script comes from IMDb script, I think, .com. And this is not necessarily the final script that made it to the movie, so it might have added this and that. Okay, Qui-Gon. That droid army is about to attack the Naboo. We must warn them.
We shall no like the Naboo, und die no like Ussens. The Naboo to think they so
Lower.
smarty than Ussens. They think they brains so big.
And we're back
After
to
those-
Watto.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After those droids take control of the surface, they will come here and take control of you.
No, Musa no think so. Misa scant talkie with a Naboo, and no nothing talking it Outlanders. Those mechanics no coming here. Do not know of Usen.
You and the Naboo form a symbiont circle. What happens to one of you will affect the other. You must understand this.
We sa wish no nothing in you sa things Outlander, and no wissa no caring about the Naboo.
Then speed us on our way.
We sa gonna speed you away.
We need a transport.
We sa give you sa unbungo. The speedest way to Naboo tis going through the core. Now go.
Thank you for your help. We live in peace.
We sa go in peace is the script.
We live in peace, dude.
Yeah, man. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan turn to... See, I told you the script was different.
Master, what's a bongo?
A transport, I hope. The Jedi notice Jar Jar in chains to one side. In chains. Waiting to hear his verdict. Qui-Gon stops. Jar Jar gives him a forlorn look. That's you.
Yeah, sorry. There's a setting news up. Gone through the planet called this bad bombing.
Thank you, my friend.
Any help here would be hot.
What? Jar
What is this in the
Jar's,
script?
Jar Jar's soulful look is counterpointed by a sheepish grin.
We are short of time, Master.
We'll need a navigator to get us through the planet's core. This Gungan may be of help. Qui-Gon walks back to the Boss Nass. What is to become of Jar Jar Binks here?
Binks broken the no comebacky law. His'n to be punished.
He's been of great help to us. I hope the punishment will not be too severe.
Pounded unto death.
Oh,
whoa, that took a turn.
Muy, muy.
We're gonna kill Jar Jar.
Whoa.
Obi-Wan looks concerned. Qui-Gon is thinking. We need a navigator to get us through the planet's core. I have saved Jar Jar Binks' life. He owes me what you call a life debt.
Binks, you's a having a live play with this and his'n?
Jar Jar nods and joins the Jedi Qui-Gon, waving his hand. Your gods demand that his life belongs to me now.
His'n live tis yours, Outlander. Begone with him.
Can't miss after this. Better dead here than dead in the cold. Ye gods, what miss a saying?
And scene.
Didn't
That
he
took
just
a
ask
turn.
to go with them and now he doesn't? What?
I don't know.
I don't think he asked to go with him. I think he just got dragged
he
into...
just said, they're setting you up,
Yeah.
don't do it. And then they're like, all right, we'll bring you along.
Well,
Screw
you're
you.
coming along then, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You started so strong,
I
Andy.
know, I really did. And then, like all things,
What?
it's a me.
This is all a bomba.
It's a hola, you son. I don't know.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
I tell you what comes after that. Keeping in line with this show containing absolutely everything from the past 100 episodes. Yes, Benjamin. Sorry, Apple Juiceable. We're doing an impression speed round. Hit it, Ben.
Oh gosh.
And what we're going to be doing here, I'm going to point to each one of you with the impression.
Oh,
And that's how we're going to be doing that.
All right.
And the rules are, you keep doing the impression until I point to the next person or,
Okay. All right.
or we stop. Here we go.
All right.
First one, Phasma.
Event 2187, why did you take off your helmet?
Tuscan Raider.
Oh.
Episode 1, Padme.
The Viceroy, something, politics, Queen, something. We need.
Senator Palpatine.
I love the Republic. I love democracy. I love grilled cheese.
Emperor Palpatine.
Young Jedi, strike me down with your anger, because your rebel friends are walking into a trap.
Shrek.
Oh, donkey. This is a very bad idea, my friend. Why that's ever gonna happen?
Old Luke.
The sacred Jedi text! You got the great Scott Marty!
Old Han.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
George Lucas.
I don't really remember how George Lucas sounds, but this is kind of how he sounds.
George Lucas.
Jar Jar is the key to all this. It's like poetry, sort of it rhymes.
Brilliant. Nicely done. Very well, very well done.
Oh, thank you.
Good work, Fred. You made me laugh. That was good.
Apple Juice,
You
but
too.
we like this. We like this, and we.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But we must listen, as always, to democracy.
Yeah.
I love the Republic.
Right now, no one else has voted against it, so it really is more of a dictatorship.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
We've had some strong feedback, though.
Yeah. I tell you what we haven't had in a long time, though. You guys remember this?
Who are you? Oh, honey, you're just a child.
I'm a person. Then who are you?
This is called Who Are You? And
Interesting.
it's kind of like Celebrity Heads. We haven't done this in a very long time.
No, we haven't.
But I got some characters for you here. 2,
Okay.
to be precise.
Okay. All right.
And so I'm gonna give them to you, and you're gonna tell me based off these. And you can. What are your buzzers here? I don't know. You had a keyboard with no buttons on it before, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
We can do Michael Jackson sounds.
Oh.
All right. So what's your Michael Jackson sound, Ben?
No, I think you've got me turned down, do you?
Oh, so.
There you go, that one.
All right. So that's you, Ben, Andrew. Yeah. Okay. Right. Hands on the buzzer, ready to go.
All right.
All right. First clue. I'm powerful. Second. Oh, Ben.
Emperor?
No.
Okay.
Second clue. I'm rich. Yeah. Ooh.
Princess Leia.
No.
She's rich.
Oh, she is rich. Yeah. Number 3. I'm lazy. Ben.
Jabba.
Yeah. Nice. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
All right. Next one. I'm a bad guy. Yeah. Ooh.
Boba Fett.
No. Boba Fett.
Whoa.
Number 2. People work for me. Yeah. Ooh. Andrew.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Last one.
Getting Trixie.
Yeah. Last one. I have a great sense of humor.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yay! Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, Michael Jackson. That's enough.
There we go.
If you didn't get that, it was I don't speak basic and I die because of Princess Leia. The next
Okay.
ones.
Nice. Nice.
What's one humorous thing Jabba did?
What do you mean? He has a great sense of humor because he's always laughing at everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
Thank you. All right. Next up on our agenda for this exciting show, we have something we call fan service or Easter egg. I know why.
In case you're not aware, Isaac does that live every time. The yeehaw's not a part of that.
And it was more of a Mario yo this time.
It's a me. It's
Yeah.
a Mario.
This is the part of the show where you find Easter eggs or marshmallows in the show.
I never understood why you did it as a Western sort of Dust Bowl.
You telling me you don't like the bluegrass now? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. I never understood why we. Anyway, moving on.
This is nice, huh? All right.
Let's go.
So today we're looking at fan service or Easter egg. You know, was it put in there to be a little hidden treat for the viewers, or was it a bit more blatant than that? You know. And today we're looking at the Aki Aki Festival from
was it
Pasana,
Yeah.
the Aki Aki Festival, and they note that it happens once every 40 years.
42, did they, to be precise? Is it not?
40 years for this one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake.
And it had happened to correlate with then, which was currently the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. So, was that a cheeky Easter egg put in to say, look, it's 40 years since the start of Star Wars, which is probably when the first Aki Aki Festival happened, technically in the universe.
First?
I would
But
say
if he
George,
says it happens every 40 years, but this is only the second one, then that would be a bit weird.
True, but the fact that Star Wars to this world was only created 40 years ago at that point,
Yeah.
it's kind of cheeky to me. Yeah,
Very much Easter egg.
that's what I would say.
I'm going to say, I mean, yeah, I think to the average viewer, definitely an Easter egg, something that they're not going to pick up on. But for those of us that, you know, have taste and enjoy listening to watching Star Wars, probably maybe a bit more fan servicey, perhaps. Although I'll admit I did miss it, so I will agree with you on this one and say that I think it was an Easter egg designed as a bit of a homage that most fandom would have missed potentially.
All right then. Turnsounds@gmail.com. How do you feel about that decision? Are we dead wrong? You know, let's find out together.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, I've got to smash through these things because we're already going late on time, and you know we want to keep a tight
Fine.
show.
It's fine. It's good.
But now's the point in the show where we say,
I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I accept it.
Turns out we got a lot of segments that we've done over the past
we've got
100.
a lot.
So there's a lot more to come. So this is the point of the show where we look at something that maybe didn't do so well, you know, a character, a plot, a theme in Star Wars, and we say, not how would we do it better, but what do we think they were thinking, you know, writers,
Why is it
directors.
there? Yeah.
Why is it
Why
there?
is it
What
there?
purpose does it?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Poe Dameron in The Last Jedi.
Why is he there at all? Is that your?
That's not. Oh, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying, you know, he didn't mix over so well. For a lot of people, they sort of felt like his character was the opposite of what he was in Force Awakens. I see him as more of like a teaching device in that, you know. Leia says something about live to fight another day, you know, all of that. But he was very rash. You know, he doesn't follow authority. He openly leads a mutiny. Runs and does his own plans. And like, you know, generally he didn't play along well with the group, and it was very much against his. I actually, you know, it's not terrible for me. Like, it's fine, but it was something I've definitely.
So Poe
heard.
Dameron's story in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you reckon he was written that way?
Well, I think it's consistent enough with Force Awakens, isn't it? He's a bit of a hothead and does his own thing. It's just that he got to do whatever he wanted in Force Awakens, whereas here he was told to do something that went against what he wanted to do, and so that was where there was the clash.
And this time he like got a whole lot of people killed as well.
Yeah, and I think it was probably more about character progression potentially. Like I think they were going for, obviously Rian Johnson's all about subverting expectations, but putting that to one side, like you don't want a character that is a single tone, because then they can become a caricature of themselves, and they're less interesting, I suppose, because they're a one-track character. Like it's just it's the token hothead guy and all that sort of stuff. Like I think there needed to be some consequences to his actions, and he needed to be potentially brought into line. And this was a way of doing it, and also showing that he had the potential as a character to grow, rather than just staying that one tone that he had been.
Fair. Yeah, I'm happy with that. You happy with
and
that?
I guess it's just something that hasn't been explored yet in Star Wars. Yeah, this idea of it's not always the right thing to be the hero and go and do the heroic thing, because we always say that, but you know, sometimes it's better to play as a team and not go off and be the hero and do, you know, just show off or do whatever you think is best in the moment, especially if it's emotionally charged. So
yeah. No, I like where you guys have taken that. Nice to the both of you.
Thanks.
Nice.
Okay. Did you have thoughts?
Well, you guys have pretty much.
And one last thing, I guess, in Force Awakens, like the whole goal of all they had to do was literally blow stuff up and fight the bad guys. So Poe, you know, it was playground for him. He could do whatever he wanted, but now it's a different set of circumstances. So we're seeing it clash with the character.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's about survival where you don't want to be blowing things up rather than...
I think as well, we haven't seen in like the rebellion sort of scene people actually be talked down to before. So I think in particular when he has his conflict with Holdo and she's telling him that he's impulsive and reckless and all of this, and you're kind of like, well, hang on, isn't he like the hero? Isn't he like saving the day and killing the bad guys? And we're now being told that he's reckless and, you know, and whatever, the last thing we need right now, in her words.
Yeah.
So, yeah, part of the way he reacts to all that as well, which I guess is just his frustration with what's going on. Like you said, Ben, he's a bit of a hothead, so...
Yeah, but I mean, no matter, even if it's a group of 3 people, to some extent, I mean, 3 people, you know, but even for a small group, there does need to be a certain level of, okay, so this person's calling the shots and we need to, you know, respect them and follow the lead. Because if everyone's just trying to call the shots and do their own thing, it just doesn't work. So,
Absolutely. I'm pleased with that.
Sure.
Cool.
Yep.
What potentially we have going into next is going to be very disappointing, but look, we're going to try our best.
All right.
What's this?
Woo!
It's the Battle of the Heroes! Where we have in the left corner Dexter Jetster, the four-armed monster himself. And in the right corner, we have the illustrious Rio.
I don't know what his voice sounds like.
Can't
This
think
kind
of a
of
single line.
it's Jon Favreau talking about it, and I think this is kind of what he sounds like.
Something like, you know, don't die alone, kid. You know, you gotta. I don't know.
I don't remember that. Did he even speak English?
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
And fight.
How does this even work again?
Would
you like a cup of Joe, buddy?
So I think what Rio does is he does the age-old trick of running up one of Dexter's arms as Dexter tries and pummels him into the ground, runs up and just kind of tries and chokes him from behind, I imagine, like a small, angry, four-armed something.
Nice.
Yeah. How does Dexter retaliate?
You want a cup of Jawa juice? And he pulls out extra hot Jawa juice and tips it on him or throws it at him.
Chemical warfare.
Yeah.
Poison.
yeah. It's a hate crime. Oof. I feel like Dexter's definitely got the advantage in this entire battle. Like he's got access to knives.
He's a bit
He's
clumsy,
got an apron.
like his pants are falling down the whole time. He can't even
That's
keep
a good
his
point.
pants up.
Yeah,
He's
so
overweight, you know.
He doesn't have necessarily stamina, whereas Rio is all about. Is his name Rio? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure, it is now. Probably has a bit more stamina inside because he's used to running away from authority and his life, and probably pulls.
And he's a
pulls
techno whiz as well, isn't he?
He's the pilot
He's
of
saying he
the.
pulls his pants down.
Yeah, pulls Dexter's pants
you
down,
don't need
and then just kind of trips him up.
That'd do
So
it.
Rio in the ring just runs up and Dax.
Dax
Dex, and in the embarrassment, just heel kick to the groin.
That took a turn.
So two of Dexter's arms are like covering his face in embarrassment. The other two arms are covering his groin in pain.
Yeah. But I feel like that probably Dexter is probably going to get the upper hand at some point. I don't think Rio has the stamina or physicality to defeat Dexter Jetster.
Dexter's just going to give him a big hug and just crush him, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
Your manners aren't very good.
Yeah.
Crushes him.
Yeah, I imagine so. And just like pile drive him through a table or something like that.
These marks on your side give you away.
Yeah.
Your pocketbook's not very big.
I don't.
The 10 lines that Dexter has to throw around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we don't really see much of Rio in. So he's from the Solo movie. For those of you playing along at home who didn't understand that reference,
I forget what creature he is. Yeah,
I
4
can't
arms.
remember. It starts with
Little
an A.
monkey guy.
He's not really a monkey though.
Kind of looks like a monkey.
Continuing the trend
So
with
do we.
Dexter lines, like he gets, and Dexter, be with you in a moment.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, Rio definitely get a head start, but I don't think he's going in a physical battle. He ain't going to win anything.
Well, and
If
here's
there's-
the thing: your morale and attitude has a big influence on how well you do in a fight. So Dexter's got so many friends. He runs a local cafe. Everyone loves him.
He's pretty.
So
He's
they're
pretty
all
happy.
cheering him on. But Rio, he's just a criminal, and he doesn't have any friends.
Doesn't he die?
Yeah, I think so. On the
yes.
train or something.
No, that was Val.
Okay.
He gets shot while in the train heist, yeah.
Oh, does he?
Ah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Need to rewatch that scene.
So Dexter could just shoot him then. That's probably it.
All right.
He's clearly,
I'd say we've done it. Well done, ladies and gentlemen.
I forgot that was a segment that we did.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one to do. Should we keep doing it? I don't know. We'll see.
We'll wait and see what happens.
All right. We're now finally moving into the last part of our show. No disintegrations. Here we go.
No disintegration.
This is the part.
Oh. Yeah. I got that out of my system. Thank you.
Great. I'm so happy. We're going to talk about something that we like from Star Wars in this final part. And I thought, who better to lead the charge than the OG himself? And that is Dean Martin, of course.
Yes.
Benjamin, you can do what you do.
Oh.
There we go.
Everybody loves the prequel sometime.
Michael Jackson.
Everybody falls in love somehow. Something in the force just tells me Andrew's time is now.
Get it!
These volumes are all over the place.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dean Martin. We don't mean to
And
disrespect
Michael.
you in any way. Thank you, Michael. But yeah, the very first track to lead us into this,
The beginning.
all those years ago. Yeah.
It has been years.
What am I
been a
doing
while.
with my life?
Oh, boy.
All right. What do we like from Star Wars? Andy, why don't you go first, old friend?
Thank you very much. Look, I don't think we've talked about it before, but there is something to be said about Padme's fashion.
Yes.
I was watching that scene. Oh, thanks, buddy.
One more
Yeah,
time.
it was a big cry there.
You're wrong. How could you even say that?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't argue anymore. No, I was watching that scene where for my quiz question, my duel of the mates, and she's got this massive white scarf. She's dressed all in white. She's the pinnacle of fashion on this dusty planet. Seems really kind of stupid to wear white on a planet
why
of
would
red
you?
dust.
Yeah.
But like from the beginning with that like whole Princess Mongolia headset thing that she was wearing, like her fashion has been interesting. I was going to say on point, but I don't know enough fashion to say that properly.
You can say that.
I don't know if I agree
Well, I
with
will
it.
check with Ben.
but it's
Run a check with
Hey,
Ben,
Ben,
our
what do you-
fashion wizard himself.
Ben, what does Tommy Hilfiger think of her fashion?
Haven't heard him comment on it.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
He is Tommy
Thanks, Tom.
Hilfiger in
Yeah,
disguise.
that's true. Yeah.
Not very well disguised.
No,
That's a
no.
bit obvious.
Yeah, the big shirt kind of gives it away. Why would you? Anyway, moving on. But yeah, no, I love the fashion that she has. I think it's really interesting kind of side to her character. Obviously, we see a lot more of it being curated in episode 1, but in episode 2, it obviously becomes a bit more her own style. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Excellent. Well done. Benjamin, what do you like about Star Wars?
So this is a somewhat general thing. I watched the first half of A New Hope today, and I just like the down to earth attitude of Luke and Obi-Wan as well. Luke especially, just he's just this normal guy. You're just following him through the universe. So Star Wars is this crazy world. There's so many things that are going on that are outside of what we know. And
Yep.
and at the start, it might take a while to, like, lots of people connect with the droids. That's great. But, you know, they are talking about the spice mines of Kessel and crashing to who knows what. And it's like, doing all this weird stuff and talking about things we have no idea what they're talking about. But then we come to Luke. And even in the middle of this insane world, he's just this normal guy. He's just kind of a bit fed up with work, and you know, he's going to get busted by his uncle and aunt because he hasn't got his chores done. And you know, he's just kind of going through life, and just very relatable. And even walking through the canteen and stuff, like, he's not as surprised and fazed by things as we are as the audience. He just kind of goes along with it, and he's just a part of the world and not fazed by it. So yeah, it very much makes it a lot easier to relate to and to immerse yourself in the world.
I agree.
Yeah, a bit of an everyman hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With very regular, like, problems as well of wanting
I
to...
guess that's it, exactly. Yeah,
Get out of here. Like, you know, I feel so stuck where I am and all of that,
Yeah.
Never going to get out of here.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Cool. What about you, Isaac?
You guys have got good ones. Mine today is
oh boy,
a little bit silly.
Oh, no.
So I try and find more and more things that I
got a bad feeling about this.
Thank you.
I hope you feel like that was necessary.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last Jedi I'm taking you to. They're on board Snoke's ship, the gang, if that's all right for me to say. And BB-8 is amongst them, and Finn actually empties out like a trash thing on the ground and like puts it on top of him, like the container to disguise him, you know? And so he just becomes this box that's sliding around on the ground, you know, like as the disguise for BB-8.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. And the thing that I am drawing to is they actually changed the sound design of BB-8's voice as soon as it starts going on. Like, you know, the regular BB-8 noises, you're all high and chirpy and all of that. And then as soon as this thing goes on, as he's walking around, he starts and he starts like making evil noises to try and blend in.
Ah, interesting. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
It's just very different. And of course, like the actual evil droid zooms in on him. It's like, nah, mate, you're not.
Yeah.
Imposter.
Yeah.
Something sus.
Yeah. I know a trash can when I see one.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah,
Cool.
I liked it. I thought it was very nice.
I didn't pick that up. I'll have to check that out.
Nice.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how have we done so far? We've run a very long show, and we appreciate you sticking with us. Lastly, you remember we used to do the scream of the day, and we used to do the cheer of the day, and the explosion of the day, and now the dialect of the day. Today, I've got all four for you.
Oh, in one single file, all at the same time.
You bet I do.
Oh, that's amazing.
Not all at the same time, because that'd be crazy. Like one after the other. But first, we have the dialect of the day, which is Bosk from episode 5.
Okay.
Followed by Leia getting shot on Endor is the scream of the day. Followed by the Snoke's ship getting kamikazed by Holdo is the explosion of the day. And then finally...
It's silent.
No.
Isn't it?
No. This is your movie, man. How do you...
Pay attention, Ben.
Okay,
For crying
well,
out loud.
yeah,
Pay
yeah.
attention.
Anyway, and then followed by the cheer of the day is, well, we'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how it
gosh.
is, but here we go.
Yuck.
It's an explosion. Indeed. You're welcome.
I'm disappointed
Nice.
I didn't predict that in my head.
You know, I'm actually so pleased that episode 100 has featured like Jar Jar and the
So
Gunman
much Jar Jar.
so heavily.
Yeah.
I mean, it had Boss Nass, me doing a water
Hey.
impression of Boss
It
Nass.
was a very good first line.
Yeah,
we got to
thanks.
work on
Yeah,
that.
I gotta work on maintaining.
Do it on the way to work
I'm
every
really
day.
not going to.
Okay.
Do it at work in the office.
Disappoint
I
me.
just start talking. Yeah, that's a good idea. That'd be.
Oh, start calling.
Okay.
Pick up the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Lastly, everything that you've seen and heard can be viewed at turnsounds.com.
Yes.
And we'd ask you to maybe thoughtfully consider donating to what we do by plugging in at turnsounds.com. That's a little initiative that we've sorted out where you get a little bit of extra content. Because that this one, episode 100, look, it's been a long time coming, this episode, and this one's going to be available for all in its entirety. So there won't be any extra content for this one, but there's, for other shows that we run on Turn Sounds as well, there's a lot to be plugged into. So
There's heaps and heaps.
yeah, and that just, much like Saul Guerrero says, it continues the dream for us, something.
Sure.
I thought
Pretty
you
sure
were
he
going to
says
go with
that.
Paul Gotta knows
Yeah.
the truth.
Well, it does, yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
but we appreciate new and old listeners.
Yes, thank you very much.
Supporting
for
us
listening.
as they have throughout this crazy journey, listening to me and tolerating Andrew, and
That's accurate. That checks out.
and Ben's
And
also
not
been here.
commenting on Ben.
yeah. And ignoring Ben.
Hey, there are some listeners that like Ben exclusively. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Waylot,
thank
shout out
you.
to you, buddy.
yeah, indeed, alien. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for this one, and yeah, we'll see you in episode 101. We're not stopping, we're not slowing down. We're bringing more
No.
Star Wars.
Well, Isaac, we've got to thank you for taking us this far. You started
Yeah,
this all,
absolutely.
and
Well, it
episode
is-
100. You've always been a good leader, and well, Obi-Wan put it in the best words.
You are strong and wise, and I am very proud of you.
Okay.
I have trained you since you were a small boy. I have taught you everything I know.
Yeah,
I love
straight
wow.
from the heart.
Straight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, this is kind of fitting actually because we did promise this, leading us out, and we can all sort of salute as we go out with this.
Okay.
I've been your host, Isaac Mike Anthony. You know me as Isaac the Hutt, joined faithfully most always by
Andrew Green, Andrew D2. Thank you, everybody, for
good
whatever
mate
you do.
Ben.
Old Babu Swallow.
All right,
Yeah, nice.
ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Well, what do you know? You're wrong. You look like a dork to everyone. If you only check your facts, then you wouldn't look how you look now. Gee, you're such a dork.
I feel personally attacked by this song.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.